still think it's a good idea to go home? They all hate you, Jala. Can you blame them?
Pues bueno chicos, ya estamos. Yo soy Sandra Riera y hoy os traigo un nuevo vídeo de Suitors.
Dad, stop being so sensible.
Papá. Ah, en la nevera. ¿Ves? Eso se me olvidó ayer. Todas las noches había que coger con la comida en la nevera. Guarda tanto. Papi.
I heard you had a run-in with that boy Bruno today. And you're still here and not 3 towns over. That's a win.
Mamá lo sabe, estoy cansada para esto. Aún estoy a tiempo. Mamá lo sabe.
On a scale of dormant volcano to full-on Chernobyl, how freaked out is Mom?
Closer to a natural disaster than a nuclear meltdown. I'd still wait till the first responders clear the area.
Are you first responders in this scenario?
Nope. Half a bottle of Chardonnay and a tube of cookie dough. Works at least half the time.
Can I just cuddle up here with you tonight?
Of course, Jala Banana. I'll put
Jala
something
Banana,
on
me
you can fall
encanta.
asleep to.
So, like, basically everything you like to watch?
Oof, ouch. A direct hit straight to the heart.
Kidding! Kidding!
Capítulo 6. Sigues teniendo una burrada de contradicciones. Ya la ha conseguido resistirse a las dulces tentaciones de Bruno. Victoria para el equipo local. Por el lado negativo, esos malditos mocosos skaters han ido a la tita C para delatar a Jala. No mola. No receta en casa. Oh, me llaman. ¿Sí? Eres lo peor. No quiero saber nada de ti. Venga, hasta luego. Vaya que borde, no lo esperaba. Lo siento. Lo siento. He tenido que arrancarle el móvil a Aisha de las manos. Vale, pequeño. Qué graciosa, jaja. Soy Irfan, por cierto. Esta vez de verdad. Lo siento otra vez. Sigue bastante enfadada contigo. ¿Te importaría hablar con ella? ¿Qué? Porfa, por mí. Me lo pensaré, pero primero vamos a hacer recetitas. La que no nos salió bien, chicos. Bueno, que nos falta una estrellita. Y estas dos.
Ah, Kati Rose, a Calcutta delicacy. Spiced chicken thighs with juicy onions, spicy green chilies, and a hint of lime. Yummy!
Dad, I'm already hungry. You don't have to sell me on this.
Then I won't keep us from deliciousness any longer. Go, wash up. Have you washed your hands, Jala Banana?
No, ya voy, papá. Dios mío, qué mal.
That's acceptable. To start with our marinade. Crush up some garlic and ginger for me, will you, Podidua? We're looking for a nice paste.
Puridua.
Well, I do love crushing things.
Ginger, garlic, our parents' hopes and dreams.
You've redefined the meaning of impressive with this. You know, I learned this recipe to try to win over your party. It didn't work, obviously. She's a stubborn one, just like your Amma. Oh, don't tell your Amma I said that.
Ah, esto ya lo
Is
hicimos.
that why Mom and Bounty have
Cuenta
a
la misma historia, pensaba que
complicated
cambiaba. No me había
relationship?
fijado las otras veces que hemos repetido los platos.
It's not the only reason, but your Amma stood by me. We're a team, Jala Banana. But let's keep these jokes.
Vale, pues entonces nos lo pasamos, ¿no? A esta.
Incredible, Podidua. Simply incredible. It's mint chutney time.
Yes, Dad?
Aruni loved chutneys.
I remember.
You girls were so sweet.
He's gone. Let's...
Y...
Are you a witch, Jala? Because that was magic.
Vale, estamos por la mitad y ya tenemos 2 estrellas. Eso es chachipachachi.
Her exes would say so.
The way I see it, I'm not married to your party. I'm genuinely, we need... considered becoming? You seem to be getting quite fired up.
Dad loves.
Super calor. Seis puntos para
Maybe I should be
Gryffindor.
the one taking cooking lessons from. Try up those chops. I wish you could remember more. She was a wonderful woman. Oh, she didn't. I can't compare. Arama, she meant well. That's why when I didn't want a home full of. Oh, speaking of.
Ay, porque me han contado solo por día.
Hey, not too shabby, Jalu.
Casi, casi, yo creo que
One of
sí,
the
¿eh?
things we really want. That's why we welcome. We'll accept whoever you end up with, Jala.
Jetty, I'm thinking of getting back together with Jennifer.
That little balaki puta.
Algo puta.
Oh God, you're.
Que no le había dado al este, digo, quiero ver lo que
Before the
dice.
feelings get cold.
Super frito.
What a pro.
Vale, ya está, chicos, 3 estrellas. No vale la pena invocar a antepasados. Tomar nota. No os invoquéis en el juego. No vale para nada. Para nada. No sé, se me da mejor así.
So, what do you think?
This.
Come on.
Don't change a thing. I'd love to compliment you.
Vale, vamos a hacer las 2 que nos faltan y ya nos vamos a la misión, que sepa. El utapán. Una tierna y esponjosa tortilla de arroz y lentejas con una variedad de ingredientes sabrosos por encima. Dificultad 2. Es easy peasy.
Ooh, there's rice soaking.
What about it?
No sé qué significa ninguna de las dos cosas.
We're having dosas this morning? I want red chutney.
Close, but no. We're going to make uttapam. They are thicker than dosas and topped with onions and green chilies.
Qué rico.
I might as well teach you the method while you're here. Start by washing your hands.
Vale, mamá. Super lavamiento de manos.
Adequate. The first step is to grind the rice and then grind the urad dal. Every house has its own proportion, and you just have to get a feel for the consistency of the batter.
I hate it when I have to use my judgment. I always second guess myself.
You think we were all born with good instincts? Well, maybe some people are, but most of us develop them with experience. It took me 10 years to perfect my dosa batter. Maybe even a little more than that.
That's not intimidating at all.
Less chit-chat, more grinding.
Vale, vale.
You could be a decent cook. Someday. Tyler always loved my uttapams.
Echo de
She
menos
used
esa
to come
época.
here before school, and we'd all have breakfast together.
So many memories. She was your best friend before you two started dating. You shouldn't have forgotten that. Forget it. Mix the rice batter and the dal batter together till they combine, and set it aside to ferment overnight. I have some leftover idli batter you can practice on. I knew you had my cooking gene.
No sé yo si voy a llegar a las 3 estrellas, ¿eh?
I suppose I should be glad that Tyler does still come over despite everything. But it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm saying anything.
Insistir.
No, it's nothing.
When Amma says it's nothing, it's definitely something.
Ya.
Time to chop up the onions, coriander, and green chilies. Let's keep it simple today. I'm suddenly quite tired. Very good.
Complicada la cosa, ¿eh?
What else do you expect, Jala? It's Tyler's mother. Do you know, she hasn't spoken to me since you left home.
Que con él por su parte.
Anissa would blame you.
Mi madre no tiene nada que ver conmigo.
Unfair.
Ella es mejor persona que yo.
Dare you to say that to Auntie Anissa's face.
Don't even joke about that.
I'm a mother too, Jala. How can I blame her? If Tyler had been the one to break your heart, you think I wouldn't do the same thing?
No lo
You're way
haría.
too sensible. You would never be unfair.
I pride myself on being fair and even-handed as a teacher. But as a mother, I'm as biased as anyone.
I didn't know, Ma.
We've barely spoken in years. How would you know? Anyway, let's not just stand around. Mix all the chopped up ingredients into a bowl and add a pinch of salt. You won't completely
no
embarrass
llego
me
ni
in
de
front of
coña.
Party. Add some oil to the pan and light the stove.
Oye, sobre las tetas, Anissa.
Don't you think we should talk about this some more?
I said what I had to say. It's done.
Spoiler alert, it's not done.
Mama.
Come on, it's lighting a stove, Jala,
Vale,
not
vale.
solving quadratic equations in your head. Move it.
Super calor.
You almost did it correctly. If you really want to do something useful, you could hurry up and have it out with your sister. You two are really giving me so much stress. Why can't you talk to each other?
Es ella que no pone de
I'm
su
looking for her
parte.
everywhere, Ma. She's the one who's avoiding me.
I think you're letting her avoid you because you have no idea what to say to her. I didn't raise my daughter to be a coward, Jala. As your mother, what can I say? I'm disappointed.
The reigning guilt trip champion of
Siempre está
Timberville shoot,
decepcionada
and she
conmigo.
scores.
Da igual lo que haga.
Could you sound a little less excited about my emotional damage?
But it's so fun to watch. You know, when it's not happening to me.
I'll just add some water to the batter then, shall I?
Yes, Jala. You know best.
Hay que removerlo súper bien.
I've already given you too many compliments today. The pan's hot. All right. Let's fry the uttapam. Pour a ladleful of batter into the center of the pan and add the toppings
Qué
after a
pena,
minute or
tío.
two. Once
Es que
the
me lavo
base
las
is
manos muy mal.
nice and brown, flip it without breaking it apart.
Ah, like those Italian chefs tossing pizza dough.
No, like a Tamil woman flipping an uttapam. It's
Vale,
quite
vale.
simple. Just don't fling it to the ceiling or drop it on the floor. Think you can manage that?
Uh-huh. Let's give it a go.
Ah, vale, aún puedo, gente. Ay, qué bien. Vale, entonces sí llegamos. Muy mal lo tendría que hacer.
That's good.
Uf. Pensaba, es que ponía 8 de 8, digo yo, pues ya están los pasos. Sí, pues si me hace una pizza.
One uttapam coming in hot.
Your ancestors won't have to hide their faces in shame.
So it's good.
Don't get overconfident. You've managed it this time, but can you turn it out perfectly every time?
Sí.
Ha!
No, en verdad no,
So
es
it's
muy
really
difícil.
good. I knew it.
Ah, fine. It's good. Happy now?
Vale, nos falta una receta, ¿verdad? Ya vamos a la principal. Sí, nos falta esta.
Ah, this is one that Ahmed taught me. Maklube. It's actually a funny story. Aruni wanted to bring him to dinner, and so we invited him over. But he insisted that he cook for us the first time we meet.
Wow. That is confident.
It's certainly a bold move, but it was so delicious. I would have married him myself. Ahmed was convinced this was the best way to introduce himself, so Aruni insisted.
I can see it clearly made the intended impact on you.
If Ahmed was looking to impress, he was very successful. It was a showstopper. And now he comes over to cook for us once a month. I'm his
Lol.
sous chef. He's delightful.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know.
Oh, Poditua, I know it's tough, but listen, I got to know Ahmed through this dish, so maybe you will too, Remember that hand-washing song I used
Este es el prometido de mi hermana, ¿no? Si no recuerdo mal.
No, and do not remind me. I'm begging you.
A lo mejor hacerle la pelota al padre funciona más que con la madre. Dios mío, qué mal.
That's acceptable. You know, the first time we met, Ahmed walked in behind Aruni, a bouquet in one hand and a bag of ingredients in the other.
Para cocinarle, qué
Considering how
grande.
quickly he and Aruni got serious, your Amma and I had very different impressions of how he'd be.
¿Cuál fue la primera impresión de mamá? ¿Cuál fue la primera impresión de papá? De papá, que estamos hablando con él.
One of those weird, intense, obsessive types. Poor Irony.
Careful, your bloodthirst is showing.
On the contrary, Ahmed welcomed us to watch him cook. Insisted we sit down though. No working for us, but it was like a cooking show where we were the audience. Very entertaining. He even tossed pieces of cauliflower to us. I caught one in my mouth. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Maybe Ahmed and Sergio can fight to the death to decide who gets to be Dad's son he never had.
You've already rinsed the rice. Go put it in some water to soak.
Ay,
That's
Oh, qué
pretty
mal.
good.
bueno.
What's next?
I summon fire. Would you light the stove, please, Podidua?
Qué mal.
You're getting better with every lesson, Buddy. Now we can build our base of flavor by searing our lamb shoulder. It's my personal favorite part of the lamb. Meaty, fatty goodness.
La familia del novio me la suda. Su
Amma said
personalidad,
Ahmed
mejor.
reminded her of Irfan.
Ahmed is certainly respectful of elders and a very dutiful partner, but not shy like Irfan is. He's actually quite the jokester. As something of a comedy connoisseur, I found it quite amusing. He's teaching me to juggle onions.
Like an aromatic birthday clown.
That's why this recipe was really a clever choice. Sharing this recipe made us feel like family immediately.
Funny how you're always missing from these fun family bonding stories. It's almost like Ahmed is more family than you.
Podría ser.
Nicely done.
Vamos por la mitad y estamos por ahí, o sea.
You want to know anything else about Ahmed? I have no secrets. I'm an open book.
Pregunta sobre la opinión de papá sobre la boda.
You really have no doubts at all. You trust Irony with him?
Do you trust him with her? Who knows? Maybe your viciousness is a predetermined genetic drive. Maybe he's doomed.
I trust Aruni, so I must believe in her trust in him. I equally believe that if he turned out to be trouble, she'd reach out to us. Like you did, Jala. Like you're doing now.
It's hard to ignore you when you're being sensible.
You never had issues in the past.
¡Ole!
What a pro! It's looking good. Just need
No
to
subió la
stir now
mierda.
and then until all nice and brothy.
As do we all in life. Eh, Padidua. Was that what you were gonna say, Dad?
That was pretty close, yes.
Pretty good.
You're doing so well.
Ay, podríamos haberlo hecho
I
chachi.
promise not to cry. Now, how about you give your best try on this vegetable fry?
Dad, if you continue these attempts at wordplay, I might accidentally faceplant into this hot oil. Your jokes are a safety hazard.
Incredible, Podeis. Simply incredible.
Puede ser que llegamos.
You know, Ahmed started taking Aruni to Debke classes. At first, it was just for the wedding, but she's really enjoying it. He brings out another side to Aruni. She laughs more. It's good to see as a parent.
¿Crees que le caeré bien a Ahmed? ¿Crees que me caerá...? No, que le
I'm
caeré bien.
worried that Ahmed may have a preconceived bias against me based on the current circumstances.
Are you worried his judgment will be biased or accurate?
I'm sure it'll all work out.
No sé yo, papá.
Why? How? That's an infuriating answer, Dad.
Qué mal.
Hey, not too shabby, Jalu. With this dish, you'll only find out if you succeeded after you've layered all the ingredients and flipped them after cooking. Ahmed said this is where the name comes from. Maklube means upside down. Isn't that fun? He was so nervous that first time, poor boy.
So, how did it go? Did it come out okay?
Que ya no es momento de ser border, hay que ser majita, ¿sabes?
You are such a wannabe goody-goody. I know deep down you think someone else winning means you losing.
Coño.
He layered it carefully. He set it to sit on the stove to cook together, and when it was finished, he came in with the pot, flipped it to reveal mush. His eyes glazed over. I thought he was going to pass out after building up so much anticipation for us. But then he says, "This will be the most delicious mush you'll ever taste." And he was right.
¿Llego?
Considered becoming a chef, Jalu?
Llego. ¡Vale! Aquí está el platico. Uf, qué... Ah, ¿no?
Ah, Jala. The rice isn't soggy, the vegetables are crisp, the meat is so tender. I'm going to stop talking because it's cutting into the eating time.
Yes!
Bueno, nos vamos. Ahora sí que sí. Ya, Letina, qué alegre habernos puesto al día por fin. Tenía que pirarme, pero seguimos hablando en... Te quiero mucho. No digas que me vas a echar de menos, porque me vas a romper el corazón. Pírate, qué coño. No pasará. No pasará. Aunque me gusta la idea de romperte el corazón. No se ha podido enviar el mensaje. Este número ya no existe. Increíble. Tienes buen ojo para los tíos. Ya, Letina. Me ha bloqueado. Qué fuerte. Me ha bloqueado. No le he hecho nada. No le he dicho nada. Eso es normal.
You think my bear cubs are in my thrall, under some kind of compulsion? No, I don't control them, Jala. I've set them free.
Muy bien. Charla con Aisha, pero ¿dónde está? he ido a hablar con él y... Ah, es que es detrás, coño. Está todo rayado, digo, ¿qué pasa? La hermana pequeña de Irfan ya es una adulta y te guarda un récord monumental. Buena suerte. Hagamos con esto rápido.
Irfan owes me big time for agreeing to meet you.
Aprovechémoslo al máximo.
Maybe it'll be a good thing for us to spend time together.
Yeah, we get on like ammonia and bleach.
Let's start over.
Whatever. I hate this, I hate you, and let's get it over with already so I can meet Cece for pizza.
Enfocamos al Sergio. Bueno, primero al Sergio, va, que
Oh,
gratis.
Sergio!
Dale, dale, Sergio, dale. A ver si así también le ponemos el debuff, ya que estamos.
Okay, you are on a skateboard. You're going 100 miles per hour.
¿No le hemos hecho nada?
You realize there's a rail you have to nose grind ahead of you. But there are 5 people tied to the rail. You can turn right, avoiding them. But there's a single skater there, and you'll kill them instantly on impact. What do?
I'd hunt down the person responsible for putting me in that position.
Elaborate.
This is clearly a setup. I need to find the sadistic weirdo at any cost and make them pay.
You're saying the right thing at least? I don't trust you to have the fortitude to follow it through, though. I won't let you get past me.
Vale, ahora.
Is to keep everyone safe from parasites.
Pero no le hemos pegado nada. Wow.
Hey, looks like you got it. Her emotional walls are down. Weakness exposed.
Indeed.
Si bien hecho, tienes que usar tus respuestas para ponerla en un estado de humor concreto. Úsalas para ganar la batalla. Joder. Ya no tiene nada. Se ha vuelto invulnerable. Joder, tío.
Of some sort. I don't know why.
I never called myself that.
Anyway, if you're not a poser, you'll have no problem answering this. What is a skater's greatest pride?
La habilidad.
Experience, time, effort. It's what all sports are about. Pushing yourself hard enough to improve.
Ew. That's the response of someone who thinks they're better than everyone else.
You get better at skateboarding the more you practice. It's a fact.
Oh, so luck has nothing to do with it?
Es que es muy invulnerable, tío.
That's not...
Pull yourself up by your Vans shoelaces, everyone. So say it's Jala.
Pura emoción. ¡Que se ha curado! No va a funcionar nada. Voy a invocar a mi madre. Le hará daño, ¿no? Es que sí, malgasta. Vamos a darle un ataque normal, a ver. No le pego. Vale, no vamos a gastar nada. Quietos. Le pegamos así. Me va a partir la cara. A ver si cuenta. Ah, mira, qué bien.
If I'm forced to interact with
Ahora.
you, maybe I can at least use your pathological tendencies to my benefit.
I think she's warming up to us.
Let's say your brother betrays you and tells your guardians wrongfully that you're hanging out with dangerous people. You're not just grounded. You are locked windows at night, mega grounded. How do you sneak out?
Hago un agujero detrás del póster. Le hago chantaje emocional a Irfan.
Sulk around.
Ay, que sabemos que funciona, que se cabré.
Really fill the space with your annoyed sighs. Then tell him he owes you and that he has to help you sneak out.
But he's the one who ratted me out?
Exactly. Play on that guilt and he'll cover for you.
Su hermano, se va a picar.
That's so diabolical.
Indeed.
Buen trabajo. Jala ahora. Aprovecha la debilidad que ha quedado expuesta para ganar.
I still don't like you, but I can respect your prior dedication to anarchy.
Invocamos a mami. Si lo podemos ver así, mola. Hemos invocado a todos, tío. He invocado a Tita Chandra porque... Un momento. ¿Otra vez invulnerable?
Last one.
I'm doing better than you thought, aren't I?
Your brother brings home a girl, and she starts hanging around for a bit. Your dad loves her. Your brother loves her. She's the kind of effortless badass you want to be when you grow up. But then, your dad gets sick. The worst period of your life hits you and your brother, and she vanishes. Now, every time you see her, you are so goddamn mad. What do you do?
I had my own stuff happening and I was
Podría
so
ayudar en
young.
nada, yo creo, ¿eh?
What could I have possibly done? I would have just made things worse.
Such a cop-out! You could have comforted us, you could have brought us food. You could have given a single shit.
¿Está enfadado? Pues bueno, chicos, espero que os haya gustado este capítulo de Suitors. Recordad suscribiros, darle a like, compartirlo con la gente más sensualota que tengáis cerca. Y Vicente, y nos vemos muy pronto en un nuevo vídeo. ¡Chao, chao!